Friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you news that has stirred up a lot of attention around Can Yaman and his partner Sara Bluma. In recent days, what stood out the most was not the luxury of the party organized by the Yaman family in Istanbul, but the great absentee, Sara. Her absence quickly became the main topic of the evening and of social media. While the actor shone surrounded by relatives, friends, and colleagues, the lack of his girlfriend sparked speculation. According to close sources, this was not a simple accident. It seems instead that Khan's family decided to leave Sara out, confirming tensions that have long been rumored. Some media even recalled the old ghosts linked to the actor's past and his relationship with Demet Özdemir as possible reasons for mistrust. One guest claimed that the exclusion was obvious and not hidden at all. She wasn't invited, and everyone knew it. This reinforced the feeling that the family does not really approve of the relationship. On social networks, fans split between concern for the couple and anger towards Khan's relatives. Sara chose to remain silent. No comment, no explanation, perhaps to avoid a public confrontation, but that silence only fueled more doubts. Meanwhile, rumors of growing distance between Khan and his family keep increasing, adding pressure on him. This episode once again highlights how celebrities' private lives turn into spectacle. Sara's exclusion could be a turning point. Either the family accepts the relationship, or the tension risks wearing it down. Fans hope that Khan will defend what makes him happy. Even if it means going against his own family, that will be the surprise many are waiting for. Maybe it will be someone from his past, maybe someone new, but certainly not Sara. When that moment arrives, his fans will once again recognize the authentic man behind the star, and the world will witness his rebirth. At times, I reflect on what it means to be a woman like Demet Özdemir. I do not refer only to her artistic career, the roles she plays, or the stages she appears on, but to her way of standing firm amidst a whirlwind of gossip, quick judgments, and gazes that try to define her at every step. Many wonder what her real role is in Can Yaman's life, if anything remains between them, if he still remembers her, if she continues to be his true love. I do not have an absolute answer, but I do have a clear impression. Demet has always distinguished herself by being stronger, more coherent, and more faithful to herself than many are willing to admit. When I read fan comments saying that Khan's only true love has always been Demet, I find it hard not to agree, at least in part. They do not say it randomly. It is enough to observe how she lives her life to understand it. Unlike Sara, constantly surrounded by polemics and chatter, Demet has chosen prudence, steady work, and a silence that is not weakness, but dignity. That silence, which some interpret as coldness, actually shows strength. It is often said that Khan has lost his way, that he no longer shines as before, that despite his intelligence, he chose the wrong paths. So I ask myself, what place does Demet hold in all this? For me, she is the counterbalance, the point of equilibrium that he lost. Her memory in the collective imagination reflects what he was when they were together. More smiling, more serene, more authentic. From there comes the conviction of many who argue that Sara was never the true love and that the real bond was always with Demet. I notice it clearly. Every time Demet appears in an interview or at an event, she transmits something different. She does not need to provoke scandals or noisy statements. Her strength lies in her way of being, in that independence that unsettles those who expect a woman to justify herself publicly. That is why I find it unfair when she is compared to others. She never played that game. She has shown that what matters is not chasing fame at any cost, but remaining faithful to oneself. It is not surprising that some fans feel compassion for Khan, seeing him lost, while toward Demet arises respect. Even her critics admit that her coherence is undeniable. That is why I dare to say it clearly. If today she is still spoken of as the true love of Khan, it is not only because of a shared past. but because of the mark left by her way of being. Demet does not need to claim anything or prove anything to anyone. She lives in her own way, but in that calm and steady path lies the reason why her name never fades. For me, she represents that part of the story that neither time nor new relationships can erase. True love is recognized in the invisible, in a glance, in small gestures, in what is not said but is felt. That is why I believe that, even if their paths are separate today, Demet still holds a fundamental role. Not because she depends on Can or because her life revolves around him, but because authenticity leaves indelible marks. She has managed to build a solid career, resist external pressures, and cultivate a silence that is worth more than 1,000 hasty words. While others seek noise, she seeks calm. While some burn out in scandal, she finds strength in her independence. In the end, when I'm asked for an opinion, I answer with certainty. Demet Özdemir shows that true dignity does not require speeches. She's the living memory of authenticity and the certainty that above all, there will always be a difference between what is true and what is superficial. And that is why, even if many focus on Can, I believe that the greatest strength, the one that inspires and endures, lies in Demet,